for parents. So when you're not making music, you're producing videos, you're planning albums, you just are at the end of your tour, as I understand, right?
Yeah.
Um, and then you're helping all of these gay causes, and you got your own organization. Is there such a thing as a normal a day in the life of Christian Chavez that doesn't have interviews or concerts or meetings for your causes or anything like that?
Yeah, totally. I sometimes take just like a week and I go to Cancun or I go to a beautiful beach and I just stay there for a week
Mm.
and I totally get disconnected. But for me, it's like I love my job. I love what
Mm.
I do. I love music. I love acting. I love writing. I love doing videos. I love dancing. So it's something I cannot like. When I go for a week, I get like desperate and I want to come back soon. So, uh, but totally, I'm a pretty normal guy. I love to be with my family. I love to be with my friends. I love to go to the movies and the musical theater.
Mm.
I've done a lot of musical theater too. I love musical theater. I did Avenue Q. I don't know if you have heard
Mhm.
about that play.
Yeah.
So I love musical theater too, and right now there's some offers from an American. Well, I did last year. I was doing the American Music Awards,
Mhm.
the hosting
Oh
on the
right.
red carpet,
Mhm.
and actually right now I'm nominee for a GLAAD award
Yes, I heard.
in San Francisco because they have like three ceremonies.
Mhm.
I guess the New York one where Ricky already won,
Mhm.
and there's another one in LA. I think it was like last week or something,
Mhm.
and the one I'm gonna go, it's in San Francisco. It's in May 13, I guess.
Okay,
So I
wow.
hope we're gonna win that.
Wow, congratulations. You were already acting as a spokesperson for GLAD LA. I was
Yeah.
reading.
Yes.
And I mean, it seems like I think one of the most important things about the fact that you are from Mexico, or at least half from Mexico, is that there is a sense that there's still a lot of work to be done in order to defeat and change attitudes in Mexico around homosexuality and sexual diversity. What do you think? What do you think the political scene needs there? Do you think they need to expand marriage outside of the DF? What do you think could really help the situation in Mexico right now?
Well, I think that right now it's been a great thing what's happening. I mean, I never
Mhm.
thought even in the DF it's gonna happen like the gay marriage and the
Mhm.
adoption, and I mean it's going little by little, but I think it's a wonderful thing that now they are recognizing this in Mexico City especially,
Mm.
and I think it's gonna grow up to the other states, but I think there's a lot to show to the people like people is scared. I think sometimes the religion is not helping.
Mm.
Instead of show like support and that equality, it's promoting like hate and promoting like like promoting this idea about if you are different then you're the enemy.
Mm.
So I guess that's a really big mistake from
Mm.
the religion part in
Mhm.
Mexico, but I think it's little by little. I see it like it's like a war. It's like little
Mm.
by little you have to change people's minds, and obviously the new generations have another ideas. They don't have like a lot of problems with the gay thing, but it's still being hard. I think not only in Mexico or Latin America, it's still in
Mhm.
the whole world. But I think what we have to do right now is just work so people know that we are to be gay is not like the main thing, because
Mhm.
sometimes, for example, in Latin America, they take like the gay thing like it's just the news. They don't
Mm.
see your music, they don't see you as an actor,
Mhm.
they just see you like the first gay open person. So
Mhm.
you have to fight against that also. And well, right now I'm on a fight, but for me, the most important thing is to work for the new generations that are
Mm.
coming behind, so they feel free, so they don't have
Mm.
to uh, they don't have to be behind a curtain or trying to live a double standard life, because I did it and it was the most horrible thing.
It's so inspiring that you have taken your personal experience and you really want to use it to change other people's. You really don't see a lot of music stars who are, go from being threatened with blackmail to turning around and becoming activists. Did you have any role models in this? Did you have anyone that you were looking up to as an out star or as someone who was showing you how to be free and how to be yourself?
Well, you know what? I love Harvey Milk.
Mm.
His history is inspiring for me.
Mhm.
Really inspiring, and I think it's him who have make me feel
Mm.
strong every time I feel um like I'm gonna fall. And to be honest, it's normal and it's totally human when you feel like you can't do it anymore, because when you are by yourself and it's a whole new world and people is staring at you and they're waiting for you, so what's gonna happen, what are you gonna do? And sometimes it's strong, but I think when you have to be the one who starts the whole thing, you have to be strong and you have to show other guys that they can do it also. So for me, Harvey Milk is my inspiration for that.
And I mean, and I think that's a really beautiful way of saying about, of expressing how you want to be strong to show other people that they can be strong too. And I guess what we obviously all up here are wondering at the same time to hear more of your message, because it is such a strong and beautiful message, is if you are thinking of putting any English language tracks on your new album, or if you'll be collaborating with any English artists when you're in the next few projects you have.
Well, yes, actually, in RBD we did an English album that
Hmm.
was produced by Diane Warren,
Oh yeah.
and I was the lead singer of the band in
Hmm.
English. And I did Tu Amor, that is
Hmm.
one of the songs, and the other is I Wanna Be the Rain. You
Mm.
can watch those on YouTube, and you can also buy them on iTunes.
Hmm.
And I'm working with her, with Diane Warren, and with Cara Diogardi for my new album. So we're gonna have an album in English, in Spanish, and in Portuguese also. So it's gonna be wonderful. And the main thing about my work is not only about the music, it's not only about being famous. For me,
Hmm.
it's also like it's a social work what I'm
Mm.
doing right now. Like open doors for other people. That's the main thing that I want. I want to change the world, but not only with my music, but also with my message.
That's really amazing to hear. You don't hear a lot of music stars talking like that. There's something very powerful about that. I think one of the things that we look to in pop stars is, we want them to be sexy and we want them to maybe do some kind of charity work. But you've made this part of your life. This is part of your day-to-day life.
It just is wonderful. I think it's like a gift. If you can do what you want, and you can also help, and you could also educate other people with your experiences, it's wonderful because you're giving, uh, you're giving back what life is giving you, and
Mm.
I think that's the most wonderful way of growing up, also as a human being.
That's a very beautiful way of saying it. I think one of the things that we wanted to ask you about, because we're going to be looking hopefully at seeing this movie La Otra Familia that will be coming out hopefully in the festivals later. Have you seen it yet? Does it look
Yes.
like it's um, going to continue to be popular throughout the scandal?
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. It's a wonderful movie. The acting, the story, and it's a pretty strong statement about it doesn't matter that we can't be. I mean, there's some heterosexuals that they should never adopt, they should never be parents. And
Mm.
there's some homosexuals that they have totally that that like special heart that they could give a wonderful life to a little kid. So I
Mhm.
think we should totally break with those stereotypes, and that's what this movie is trying to do. And in Mexico, in Mexico City, there's already working a lot of gay partners are working on adoptions, and it's going pretty well. And I think it's a wonderful thing. I mean, if you could take away a little boy or a little girl from the street or from the drugs,
Mhm.
and make them successful grown-ups, that's wonderful.
And that's definitely one of the things that obviously both you and Ricky Martin have come out in support of, is for the continued openness towards same-sex adoption. Is that something that the Your Libertad organization works for as well, or is that more of a support sort of situation?
Well, I just start the association right now, and right now we're just working
Mhm.
for the teenagers to,
Mhm.
because we think, especially talking about another like um, suicides and the bullying and some people that they don't have enough sexual experience or info about the sexuality. They could get infected by other
Mhm.
things, not only by cause the AIDS. So I
Mhm.
think in the teenage, when you're a teenage, it's when it starts a lot of the big troubles
Mhm.
in your life. So that's why I'm working right now with Libertad to help the teenagers. But I'm talking also with government, and I'm doing a lot of things
Mhm.
for working for the gay marriage and the gay adoption.
I think there's just so many inspiring things about you. Are you going to be looking at doing a lot of videos for the other tracks on the next album? Will they be in this?
Totally.
Will they'll be similarly? Are you going to be working with Gutierrez again, or are you looking at other directors?
Well, I don't know yet, but I think I love to reinvent myself. But for sure, I mean, my music. The first video I did, that it was like a really romantic song. I
Mm.
loved romantic songs, don't
Mm.
get me wrong, but that's just not my style. My style is more like the Libertad video. I love
Mm.
to be like edgy. I love to dance. I love to do different things. Obviously, it's not always going to be about sex, and it's
Mhm.
not always going to be about to be gay, because the one of the strongest thing I'm finding right now, it's like the music is universal. It's not only my music is not just going to be for gay people.
Mhm.
So for sure, it's gonna be something edgy and new and dancey, but I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but for sure, we're gonna have something new.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really awesome. Is there anything else you wanted to say for your Canadian fans and for your soon-to-be Canadian audience?
No, just that I love Canada. I think it's a wonderful country. That's why I was when I was 5 years with my ex-partner. That's why I we got married in Canada, and I think it's a wonderful country because it respects every human being, and that's so wonderful. They have to feel really proud to be Canadian, and nothing, just to be themselves and never be afraid of.